When we think about Skype, it's that consumer side breaking down the barrier. The other big thing, I'll state it right here, why the brand change? Why go to Skype? If I went to most organizations and I went up to your average user, the CFO, the CEO, anybody not in technology, and it was an organization who wasn't using Link today, and said Link to them, they would have no idea what I was talking about. I'd have to explain the features and functions. And most of the time when I explained it, I would say, are you familiar with Skype? And they would say, yes. Well, there you go, right? That's what Link is. It's just on the corporate side, and voila, they get it. So because of that, the brand, that name, Skype, conveys a set of functionality that most users are familiar with. So by moving to that name, by moving to the Skype brand, it's a brand awareness or marketing awareness for your user population that they now understand the functionality we're talking about because they're familiar and used to using it in their personal lives. So that name brand change is really going to be powerful in helping people understand the power of the tool and what it can do versus needing to have it explained because they've never heard of Link before or they weren't familiar with the feature set. Because there really was a 90% overlap of features and functions. So when we talk about Skype for Business, what isn't it, right? Because a lot of people and a lot of the questions and fear I've gotten is, am I going to have to run it in the cloud now? Or am I still going to be able to run Skype for Business on-premise like I do my Link? And the answer is yes. That's why I jokingly refer to it as Link 2015. Part of the reason for me to say that is to allay to IT professionals that understanding of this is not a radical change. There's a big change on the marketing and branding side. But when we're going to talk about the server infrastructure, when we're going to talk about the features and functions and what it takes to run it, we're really not talking about that dramatic a change from an IT perspective. It's more of a normal upgrade from that perspective, other than the name change. So it really is that that next version of Link, that next wave of update. Now, what it is going to mean is a tighter integration to the consumer-grade product, that cloud-based service. Microsoft is also fully committed to the cloud, and we're going to see when we talk about Office 365 what Skype for Business is going to mean in the Office 365 world. But like everything else in the Microsoft solution set, you still have that freedom of choice. If you need to run it on-premise for some reason, you're still going to have it. And now you're going to have that best of both worlds, right? That combining of the consumer side product that people love with the archiving, security, controls, and architecture of Link.